Use your impact driver to remove this nut. Then come behind it and pull the whole thing off. If you feel any imperfections, get some high grit sandpaper. This is a 2500, and just sand it down smooth. Also check the rollers for flat spots. If you have lead rollers, get rid of them and get these. I think these are vinyl rollers, and they don't get flat spots. The residue you see is just from the old lead rollers that were originally in here. Get some water. Do a wet sanding on this. The way this works is the rollers pop out, the belt is in the center, and then when the rollers pop out, they force this in closer, which forces the belt all the way up to the top right here where you see those marks. So this moves back and forth. So this piece of steel here, you want to make sure it's smooth so that these two can move back and forth like this. If it's not moving back and forth easily, then check it out and see what's wrong with it. Clean the second one now, this piece. Especially right in here, there's a lot of pitting for some reason. Rinse it off. This part here is what the rollers press on. They roll right here. You want to make sure this is clean. I'm just going to go over the wire brush and then rinse it off. Let those dry out. This piece is steel, so you can be a little more aggressive on how you clean it. Went over it with the wire brush, got a lot of that rust off. Also inside here, where it slides, you want to make sure that that's good condition. There's no pitting or anything in there, no dirt, anything that can make that hard for that to move back and forth. Especially if your transmission's not working and you can only go so fast. It could be because there's something stuck in here and these parts aren't able to move properly. Put some sandpaper inside and just spin it like this. Rinse it off. Next, open up the clutch, get your impact driver. Get the impact driver and open up the clutch. Might have to push the bike down. Take off the washer. This comes off. This is kind of just like an old drum brake. And you have little pads in here. This is how the clutch works. It expands and pushes onto this, which turns the wheel. See, when I spin the wheel, if I hold this, only this bolt will spin because that's connected to the wheel. That's because this part here lets the engine connect to the wheel through the transmission. These things here are pretty much brake pads. They expand outwards when they're spun a certain speed, and they grip onto this and let this turn, which, see, turns the wheel. So you can treat this just like a old drum brake. Clean out in here a little bit if you want. Make sure there's It's not really going to be any dust in here because it has these little holes. The pads are still pretty thick, so this can go back. There's nothing wrong with this. When you use your driver, start to thread it on first. Never use the impact driver to start the threads. You can strip out your nuts. That's good. Now tighten it up. Probably gonna have to push down again. Take this piece, turn it over, put the rollers inside like this. Rollers go inside like that. Then right here on each point, see how it's kind of curved here, and then it has almost like a half a square, or square missing one line here. It would be a square. That's where you put these little plastic things. There's 3 of them. Stupid design as usual, plastic. This is usually what happens with these variators when they have problems. It's because these plastic things break. Put those in, turn this over. Make sure they don't fall out. Take them and line them up. Line them up with these 3 things that stick up here. Make sure it goes in flat. Then when it's in the transmission, it goes like this. The rollers push it out, which adjusts the belt. This piece goes in here. Then you slide it back on. Make sure you hold this in the back so it doesn't pop out. And you take this piece. Actually, wait a minute. First, put the belt back on. Then put this piece. Get the washer. A nut. Tighten it up with the impact. That's probably gonna happen. Just have to hit that off, and that's it. Then you put the cover back on. That's how you do maintenance on your scooter CVT. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the notification bell, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, leave a comment.